Picture a girl sitting at a desk. It is 1100 p.m. The fluorescent light is humming. There is a textbook open in front of her, but she hasn't turned a page in 40 minutes. She isn't sleeping, but she isn't awake. She is scrolling through her phone, watching other people live their lives, while her own life feels like it is on an infinite pause. She is 18 years old. She is supposed to be in the prime of her life, bursting with energy. Instead, she feels like an old, dusty battery that can no longer hold a charge. Adults tell her, just study. It's for your future. But she doesn't see a future. She only sees a gray fog. She is suffering from a modern plague, lethargy. If this sounds like you or someone you love, listen closely. This is not a lecture on time management. This is not about how to get into a top university. This is about how to retrieve your stolen soul. To wake up from this coma, we need more than energy drinks. We need a fundamental shift in how we view existence. We will consult the 4 greatest therapists in history, Socrates, Buddha, Confucius, and Jesus, to build a 4-step protocol to reignite the fire in a burnt-out heart. Step 1, the Socratic spark. Whose life are you living? The root of teenage lethargy is rarely laziness. It is a loss of agency. You feel like a cog in a machine performing a script, written by your parents, your teachers, and society. When you don't own your actions, your brain refuses to supply dopamine. Why fuel a car that isn't yours? Socrates, the gadfly of Athens, would sit on the edge of your bed and ask you a dangerous question. Why are you doing this? If your answer is because I have to, or because my mom wants me to, Socrates would say, that is the life of a slave, not a human. The first step to breaking lethargy is intellectual rebellion. Socrates teaches us to know thyself. You must stop studying for a moment and start questioning. Do not study because you are terrified of failure. Study because you are curious about how the world works. Reframe the narrative. You are not a prisoner of the education system. You are a spy gathering intelligence. When you open a history book, don't read it to pass a test. Read it to understand why the world is so messed up. When you solve a math problem, don't do it for the grade. Do it to sharpen your logic so no one can fool you later in life. Socrates invites you to take back the steering wheel. Even if you are driving to the same destination, the exam. The feeling is entirely different when you are the one pressing the gas pedal. Turn I have to into I choose to. Step 2. The Buddhist release. Drop the backpack. You are exhausted not because you are doing too much, but because you are carrying too much. You are carrying the heavy backpack of the result. You sit down to study, but your mind races, what if I fail? What if I disappoint my dad? What if I'm not good enough? This is what the Buddha called suffering. You are living in a catastrophic future that hasn't happened yet. The Buddha teaches the art of detachment. This doesn't mean you don't care. It means you detach your self-worth from the outcome. Imagine an archer. If the archer is thinking about the gold medal, while he aims, his hand will shake. He will miss. But if he forgets the medal, forgets the crowd, and focuses only on the tension of the bowstring and the breath in his lungs, he will strike true. To the weary student, Buddha says, the exam score is not you. It is just a number on a page. When you release the obsession with the result, you free up massive amounts of energy to focus on the process. The execution here is simple. Just this one problem. Don't think about the whole syllabus. Don't think about college. Just look at the single math problem in front of you. Be fully present with it. When the fear of the future creeps in, breathe it out and return to the now. Paradoxically, by caring less about the result, you will achieve a better one. Step 3, the Confucian structure, the ritual of vitality. Socrates changed your mind. Buddha healed your emotions. But your body is still heavy. You need to move. This brings us to Confucius, the master of ritual lay. Confucius knew that you cannot think your way out of lethargy. You must act your way out. He taught that small physical forms create internal order. When the world is chaos, you clean your room. A lethargic student usually lives in a chaotic environment. Messy desk, irregular sleep, bad posture. This physical chaos signals to your brain that you are not in control. Confucius suggests a keystone ritual. Start your day with one small act of discipline. That has nothing to do with studying. Make your bed perfectly. Take a cold shower. Dress up as if you are going to a serious job, even if you are just going to the library. When you straighten your back, your brain produces serotonin. When you clean your desk, you declutter your mind. Do not wait for motivation to strike. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are fickle. Ritual is a structure, and structure is reliable. Fake the energy until you make it. Act like a person of vitality, and the vitality will follow. Step 4, the love of Jesus. You are already enough. Finally, we address the deepest wound, the secret fear that says, if I don't succeed, I am worthless. This is the voice of shame, and it drains your battery faster than anything else. Jesus offers the ultimate counter-argument, unconditional worth. He taught that your value does not come from your achievements, your grades, or your social status. It comes from the simple fact that you exist. You are a child of God, or in secular terms, a miracle of the universe. The lethargic student is often paralyzed by perfectionism. She thinks she has to be perfect to be loved. Jesus says you are loved even in your imperfection. This is not an excuse to be lazy. It is a safety net that allows you to be brave. When you know that your worth is secure, no matter what happens on the exam, you lose the fear of falling. You can run faster because you are not afraid of scraping your knees. Treat yourself with the same compassion you would show a best friend. If your friend was tired, would you scream at her? No. You would bring her tea, tell her it's okay to rest, and then encourage her to try again. Be that friend to yourself. The synthesis, a new way to walk. So, to the student staring at the blank page, listen to Socrates. Choose this struggle. Do not let it be forced upon you. Find one thing in your studies that actually interests you. Own it. Listen to Buddha. Drop the heavy backpack of the future. The score is not your soul. Focus only on the step you are taking right now. Listen to Confucius. Build your ritual. Make your bed. Sit up straight. Respect your environment and your energy will return. Listen to Jesus. Know that you are enough. You are not a machine to be graded. You are a human being to be loved. The exam will come and go. The grades will fade. But the character you build during this season, the ability to face the darkness and light your own candle that will last forever. You are not dead. You are just hibernating. And winter is almost over. It is time to wake up.